that I want to bring up, and this is part of the situation from another part of the industry, from the adult porn industry, is that you have banking discrimination going on. And this is what HSBC is, the same situation. This is banking discrimination. And we're hearing this from regular people. I heard a story the other day. Is the woman, what was she on? Cancer? She had cancer? My wife? She had cancer. They closed her account.
Oh, she had thyroid.
She had thyroid cancer. Thank you. She had thyroid cancer, and they closed. Bank of America closed her account for no reason whatsoever. She got her money back eventually after the media got involved. But how many other accounts out there that have been shut down because of politics, because of what type of job you hold? You know, imagine that. This is what's been going on. And this is out of XBiz. FSC meets with Congress over banking discrimination. FSC staff this week met with key House and Senate offices in a series of meetings discussing bank discrimination against the adult industry. Industry representatives in delegation included FSC Executive Director Allison Borden, Board Chair Jeffrey Douglas, Director of Public Affairs Mike Stable, Content Creator Ali Evie Knox, and Spank Chain founder Amy Solimari. And I believe Spank Chain has had one of these major issues. We spoke openly about the discrimination of our members face, as well as the higher attacks attached to those adult transactions. Mike Stable explained, members of both parties regard our situation seriously, and near everyone has committed to help finding a solution. This spring, after a new Congress is sworn in, we are looking toward more meetings and bringing more of you to Washington. Stabile added, to say that this is a historic is a bit of an understatement. We are now engaged in a process that could create a stable banking for the adult industry and its workers, and hopefully end the predatory fees charged by credit cards and financial services. In the coming weeks, the FSC will be working to better document issues facing by its members in order to provide both stories and clear data on the scope of the issues to the legislators, a step that Stabile sees as a crucial to the success of the project. We are only able to make this trip thanks to last-minute donations, pro bono work, and creativity, Stable said. We've shown it can be done, but we need much more than that we're going to push what we started to the finish line. FSC is encouraging all stakeholders to join the FSC Summit on the last day of the XBiz LA conference in January of 2023 in Los Angeles. The group is hosting a special banking discrimination panel and strategy session where FSC representatives will be able to more fully to discuss the DC trip and what lies ahead. Those who are not currently FSC members are encouraged to join now. Those who are already members are encouraged to give to the FSC Action Fund. See, the thing about it is you have organizations that are cropping up, small groups, union groups and stuff like that, that are trying to stop this attack. Literally, and it's not only the porn industries, you have the anime and manga industry, independent content creators, we're on a constant attack. You have people part of groups that they just basically go out and protest, and basically people disagree with them. And we've seen this, like I said, Chase Bank, Wells Fargo, HSBC, Bank America. These are the major banks they're responsible for total discrimination of their customers. And they disguise it. It says, well, it doesn't help our bottom line. It's not a help to our investors. Bullshit. Your investors don't sit there and ask, well, gee, how many people from the adult industry work here? How have accounts with you? How many people that are conservatives have accounts with you? That is discrimination. Do you understand that? And the banks think that they're doing right by their holders and the people that are the major issues in these companies. This is one of the reasons why crypto took off the way it did, because people got tired of dealing with the banks. You know, the whole banking industry is just a pain in the ass, you know. And this is the one, you know, and it's going to be they're going to drive it back into another, you know, depression again down the line. It was the run on the banks that caused a lot of this problems we had back in the 30s, and it's going to be another cause again, because basically you have people, and this is not even the stuff that's going on around the world. This is stuff mostly in the U.S. alone. You know, we discussed a minute ago with HSBC, that's overseas, but still, HSBC has branches here in the United States. If anything, if you truly want to get out of the banks and stuff like that, take your money, go to smaller credit unions, smaller banking institutes. They have nothing to do with the bigger ones. You might be able to save your money properly in there. In fact, you probably might be able to get a better rate than some of these banks on there. I mean, when I worked for one company, they had their own credit union. And I was able to get a car loan, house loan. You know, you know, if I wanted to get a car, I wanted to get a house, I was able to get a mortgage from them. I was able to get a car loan from them if necessary, and it was possible. You know, people criticize the credit union, this and that. Hey, listen, some credit unions are good, some credit unions are bad, but the thing about it is, you got to do your due diligence when it comes to it. But right now, the credit unions seem to be a safer place than freaking some of the major banks now. I mean, the only other place you could do is go crypto, but that's an issue right now because of what happened with FTX. And then there's gold and silver. That's the only other place you could put it right now in investments. But then, you know, your liquidity doesn't come immediately. You know, you don't have access to it immediately. But then you have politicians here in the U.S., and this is both on the left and on the right. You know, if anyone's saying that I don't criticize the right as much as I do criticize the right as much, because basically, like I said, I used to, when I first was able to vote, I was a Democrat. Then I saw the issues with the Democratic Party, and I moved myself to the Republican Party. Now I am no longer affiliated with either one for the reasons that basically they have caused the last 2 decades. You have one side that is trying to freaking just completely kill the Constitution, and you have the other side who says, well, we're going to try to stop them, but doing nothing above to handle it, because basically some of them are paid off and you know, on greed. And then when someone comes in to do the job, they freaking slam that person for doing the job that they're supposed to do. Remember, politician out there is your employee, my employee. They're the Americans' employees. If anything, they are supposed to work for us. We don't work for them. Just watched a segment from our Madman Cafe show every Sunday night at 6 p.m. You can catch it over at Odyssey. Check in the description below for the link that will lead you to our Q2Cast TV site.